What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the HomePod Mini. Now, the first HomePod didn't really pique my interest all that much because, number one, the price was $350 for a Siri-enabled speaker, and it was a nice speaker, don't get me wrong, but I just really didn't feel like paying that much for a smart speaker. This one comes in at $99, which is much more my speed, and I think everyone else's. Plus, it's supposed to deliver some great sound still, so let's check it out, let's unbox it. I don't know if Apple has some sort of deal with FedEx where they have these custom boxes for all their products, but each box that it comes in seems like it's custom made for the product, which is kind of cool. This one has a pull tab in the middle that you rip across the entire box, so you kind of rip it in half and then you pull it out, and here's the HomePod Mini box. I got the space gray version that you can see it comes in a black box with just the words Mini on it and then some product images. Let's tear this open. Pulling off the top, you can see that they kind of display the HomePod Mini above everything else. Pretty cool presentation here. So let's take a look at the HomePod Mini here, and you can see that this is space gray. It's almost black, but in certain lights it looks a little bit more gray. The top is a black plastic that shows some animations as you volume up, volume down, or talk to Siri. The bottom is made of rubber, which is nice. It kind of keeps it in place. And then it has this long braided USB-C cord. And the only other things in the box are the manuals, the sticker that you always get with Apple products, and then the wall adapter. Taking a look at the HomePod Mini again, I really like this fabric on the outside. It's kind of a woven mesh type of fabric. And it's kind of a mix between style and function, because not only do I think this looks good, but it'll also help with the speaker quality. And once you plug it in, an animation will start to glow at the top and a sound will play, saying that it's ready to be set up. And then all you have to do if you have an iPhone is just bring your iPhone close to it. It'll recognize it and it'll begin to set it up for you. And I'm not joking when I say from the time I plugged it in to the time it was set up and ready to go was roughly a minute. So let's talk about why you would get the HomePod Mini. I personally did it because I have a lot of smart devices across my house. I have smart lights, I have smart locks, just a bunch of other things that I made sure are all HomeKit compatible because I wanted to use Siri to turn them all on or off or change settings or that sort of thing. Hey Siri, lock the front door.
I'm on it. Your default room door is locked.
And I use Apple Music that has a lot of great features of integration with the HomePod Mini, so I will get to that in just a minute. I also just wanted a good speaker to listen to music in my living room. I feel like some of the smaller, cheaper speakers out there don't produce a very good sound, but I also don't need that huge speaker from the last HomePod, the last generation, that's $350. That's a little bit too much for me. I feel like this is a perfect in-between. And I just wanted that kind of handiness of a smart speaker, be able to ask it questions or set timers or have it tell you jokes or something like that. Hey Siri, tell me a story.
Okay, let's hear the bear's side of the Goldilocks story. And you get to choose the ending. One morning, Mama, Papa, and Baby Bear came home from a walk to find that Baby Bear's breakfast was gone. Someone's been eating my porridge, cried Baby. But you don't even like porridge,
Okay, that's enough,
said Papa.
And in that sense, it's really not all that much different than any other smart speaker out there. Most of them can do most of those things. It's not until you start using more and more of the Apple products and Apple services do you get a real benefit of buying a HomePod Mini. For instance, going back to that Apple Music example, you can ask Siri what's playing, you can tell her to skip tracks, you can tell her to rewind, you can ask her what the lyrics are, but I think one of the cooler features is that if you have something playing on your phone on Apple Music, you can just bring it right up to the speaker, touch the speaker, and it beams it over to it. How useful this is, I don't know, because to me personally, I think it's easier just to tap a few things on your screen and AirPlay it, but it is kind of something cool to show off to friends or people that come over, say, hey, what music do you want to listen to? And then just go tap your phone to the speaker, and all of a sudden you have this really nice sounding speaker playing that music. This also works with Pandora. However, it doesn't work with Spotify yet, which is kind of a bummer because I use Apple Music, but I also love to use Spotify as well. So that feature isn't on here yet. Hopefully that comes on soon. Another cool feature is that if you have an Apple TV, you can actually AirPlay the sound to these speakers. So you, in theory, could get a couple of these speakers and have sort of a surround sound setup. You can also make calls and send texts through the HomePod Mini. I have made calls on this, and it is cool. It's like a kind of a bigger speakerphone or a nicer sounding speakerphone. It can also recognize up to 6 different voices and deliver a personal experience to all 6. And another cool feature, if you have a couple of these around the house, you can use them as an intercom system to announce when dinner's ready or that sort of thing. And the speaker quality is really, really, really nice. Now, obviously, it's not the same quality as the previous generation that was $350, but for an under $100 speaker, this has to be right up there with the best. So overall, do I like this and would I recommend this? Yes, but only if you use a lot of Apple products. For instance, I use HomeKit for all my smart things. Like I said before, I have an Apple TV. I use Apple Music. So all those things combined is just easier to use with this HomePod Mini. But if you don't use a lot of Apple services or products and you just have an iPhone, this is still a great speaker and it'll still be really easy to play your music on. But you just won't kind of get the added features or benefits over all the other smart speakers that are out on the market. But like I said, I think that this does have the best speaker of all the smart speakers under $100. So if listening to music is big to you, check this one out. Overall, I think for an Apple user, this just makes life just a little bit easier, has just a little bit more benefit than the other speakers, but it's not head and shoulders above the rest. I still think Google and Amazon have great smart speakers and they have more variety to choose from, so I think they should still be considered. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed this review and unboxing. If you did, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Maybe comment down below any questions that you have. I'll try to get to them. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.